May 1943, North Atlantic. A US Navy destroyer makes contact with a German submarine. Depth charges drop. The U-boat dives deep. The destroyer turns away, racing to rejoin the convoy. Standard procedure, but this time something stays behind. Hunting. A torpedo descends through the dark water. No crew guides it. No periscope tracks the target. It listens. The U-boat's propellers throb through the ocean. The torpedo hears them. It turns. It accelerates. The German commander has no warning. 1,000 pounds of Torpex detonates against the pressure hull. Every submarine captain in every navy believed the same thing. Once the destroyer sailed away, you were safe. The Mark 24, Fido proved them wrong. America had built a torpedo that hunted on its own, and German U-boat crews would never feel safe in deep water again. By 1942, the U-boat war was killing the Atlantic convoys. German submarines sank 641,000 tons of Allied shipping in June alone. Destroyers and corvettes had depth charges, but the tactic had a fatal flaw. To attack, a surface ship had to pass directly over the submarine. Drop the charges. Sail away. Then wait to see if anything surfaced. The submarine always knew the attack was coming. Sonar gave warning. The destroyer's screws grew louder. The U-boat dove deeper or turned away. Depth charges fell in a pattern, hoping to bracket the target. Most missed. The submarine escaped. Even successful attacks wasted resources. A single depth charge run consumed dozens of charges. Destroyers carried limited loads. Replenishment took them away from convoy protection. Meanwhile, more U-boats moved into position. The numbers showed the problem. In 1942, Allied forces needed an average of 100 depth charges to sink one U-boat. 100 charges. Most convoys faced multiple submarines. The math did not work. Convoys needed their escorts. Escorts could not abandon position for extended hunts. U-boats exploited this gap. British scientists had attempted acoustic homing. Their work stalled. The technology seemed impossible. Microphones could not distinguish submarine noise from ocean background. Batteries could not power both the motor and the listening system. Guidance mechanisms could not process signals fast enough. German engineers reached the same conclusion. Acoustic homing belonged in theory, not reality. American researchers at Harvard and Columbia disagreed. They had different tools, better microphones, smaller vacuum tubes, more efficient batteries. By late 1942, they had a working prototype. The Navy classified it immediately. Codename Fido. Official designation Mark 24 mine. They called it a mine to maintain secrecy. It was a torpedo. But unlike every torpedo before it, Fido did not run straight and hope to hit something. It listened, it hunted, it killed. The Mark 24 measured 7 feet 6 inches long, 19 inches in diameter, 680 pounds total weight. The warhead carried 92 pounds of Torpex, more powerful than standard TNT. But the weapon's real innovation sat in the nose section. 4 hydrophones listened to the ocean. Vacuum tube circuits amplified the sounds. A mechanical computer analyzed the signals. When the system detected submarine propeller noise, it compared the volume from each hydrophone. Louder on the left meant turn left. Louder on the right meant turn right. Louder ahead meant increase speed. The torpedo ran at 12 knots during search mode. Quiet. Listening. When it acquired a target, speed increased to 24 knots. Not fast by torpedo standards, but U-boats running deep made only 6 to 8 knots. Fido was 3 times faster. The submarine could not escape. Battery power limited range to 4,000 yards at search speed. 15 minutes of operation. Enough time to cover the area where a submarine dove after depth charge attack. If Fido detected nothing, it sank harmlessly. The arming mechanism required 12 seconds of run time before activation. Surface ships stayed clear. Production began in March 1943 at the Naval Torpedo Station in Newport, Rhode Island. Capacity 300 units per month. The Navy restricted Fido to aircraft deployment only. Surface ships could not use it. Too much risk of friendly submarines in the area. Aircraft attacked surfaced U-boats, or submarines caught during dive. No friendly boats in the target zone. If you are enjoying this deep dive into American engineering, consider subscribing. It helps the channel and ensures you do not miss the next one, May 14th, 1943, a US Navy Avenger from Squadron VC-9 flying from the escort carrier Bogue spotted U-466 on the surface. The U-boat crash dived. Standard depth charge attack followed. No result. The Avenger circled back. This time it dropped a Mark 24. Fido entered the water 200 yards from the U-boat's swirl. It dove to 60 feet, listened, acquired the propeller signature, turned toward the sound, ran for 97 seconds, detonated. U-466's stern erupted. The pressure hull cracked. The submarine sank in less than 2 minutes. 45 crew lost. No survivors. The Avenger pilot reported unusual explosion characteristics. Deep, powerful, different from depth charge detonations. He suspected a direct hit. He was correct. The Navy studied the wreck location, calculated the geometry. The torpedo had covered approximately 300 yards from drop point to impact. It had compensated for U-boat evasive maneuvers. Standard torpedoes ran straight. Fido adjusted course continuously. The implications revolutionized anti-submarine warfare. Between May and September 1943, US aircraft dropped 204 Fidos. 37 resulted in definite U-boat kills. 18 more damaged submarines severely enough to abort patrols. Success rate, 27% confirmed kills. Combined kill and damage rate, 46%. Compare this to standard depth charge operations. Kill rate, 3%. The Mark 24 was 9 times more effective. 9 times. Against the same targets, in the same ocean. The only difference was American acoustic homing technology. German U-boat command noticed the pattern. Submarines reported strange torpedo behavior. Weapons that followed them through turns. Explosions that occurred minutes after aircraft departed. Some commanders believed the Americans had developed remote control guidance. Others thought the reports were panic from exhausted crews. Intelligence analysis concluded the attacks were lucky depth charge hits. They were wrong. The British had no equivalent weapon. Their Fido development program had failed in 1941. American scientists shared basic research, but not the critical acoustic processing circuits. British forces received Mark 24 torpedoes under Lend-Lease in August 1943. Royal Air Force Coastal Command dropped 112 by war's end. 16 confirmed kills, 14% success rate, lower than American results, but still superior to depth charges. Germans never developed acoustic homing for anti-submarine use. They created acoustic torpedoes for surface ships, the T-5 Zaunkönig. But these targeted destroyer propellers, not submarines. German submarines remained vulnerable to Fido throughout the war. No countermeasure existed. The technology gap was absolute. By December 1943, production reached 400 units per month. The Navy deployed Fidos across all Atlantic hunter-killer groups. Escort carriers embarked full loads. Each Avenger carried 1 Mark 24 plus conventional depth charges. Standard attack profile, depth charges first to force deep dive, then Fido to finish the kill. January 1944. U-543 detected by sonar south of the Azores. Depth charge attack by destroyer Haverfield. U-boat dove to 400 feet. Avengers from Block Island dropped 3 Fidos. First missed, second acquired target. Third also acquired, both detonated within 5 seconds. U-543 imploded, no survivors. The acoustic signature gave Fido decisive advantage. Submarine propellers created unique frequency patterns. Electric motors hummed differently than diesel. Fido's hydrophones distinguished these sounds from ocean noise, wave action, biologics, and friendly vessels. German commanders tried everything. Silent running reduced noise but also reduced speed, making them easier to track. Stopping all machinery made them silent, but battery depletion eventually forced movement. There was no escape. Combat records from 1944 show escalating success. March, 8 U-boats sunk by Fido. April 6, May 11, June 14. The U-boat force hemorrhaged experienced crews. Each loss meant 50. Trained men dead. Germany could not replace them fast enough. Fido attacks killed at least 37 submarines confirmed. Probable kills added another 23, 60 submarines, 3,000 men, 1 American weapon. Post-war analysis by German naval historians confirmed the impact. U-boat command never understood what hunted them. They documented strange attack patterns, but attributed results to improved sonar and lucky charges. Not until Allied technical intelligence teams showed them captured Fidos in June 1945 did German engineers comprehend the technology gap. One admiral stated the acoustic homing torpedo alone justified Germany's submarine losses in the final 18 months of war. American innovation had defeated German submarine tactics completely. The Mark 24 remained classified until 1963, 20 years after first combat use, the secrecy-protected acoustic homing technology that became foundation for modern anti-submarine warfare. Today's torpedoes use digital processing and active sonar, but the principle remains identical: listen, acquire, hunt, kill. Fido proved it worked. Production totaled 3,400 units. Service life extended into the 1950s. The weapon equipped anti-submarine aircraft until replaced by guided torpedoes with longer range. But Fido's combat record remained unmatched. Highest success rate of any anti-submarine weapon in World War II. 9 times more effective than depth charges. No equivalent in German or British arsenals. Pure American engineering superiority. The strange torpedo that hunted alone changed submarine warfare forever. What seemed impossible in 1941 became operational reality by 1943. German U-boat crews never saw it coming. By the time they understood what killed them, the war was over. American scientists had solved acoustic homing when everyone else said it could not be done. The numbers proved it. The wrecks confirmed it. 60 U-boats resting on the Atlantic floor testified to one truth. When American engineers decided to make a torpedo think for itself, submarine warfare would never be the same. The Mark 24 Fido did not just hunt U-boats. It hunted them better than any weapon before it. And that made all the difference.